Alright, hello you DIY types. I'd like to show you how to fix this problem right here. It's the handle to a 2010 VW TDI diesel. And what the problem was is this part, the cover, had cracked. Not sure if you guys could see that, but the crack, you can see it now. Okay, so that crack was happening. So I went ahead and I was using some glue, which crazy glue, to keep it together. It kept on cracking. The main issue was I didn't know the design. It was actually this I was pulling on. That part right there, which is known as the handle. Okay, this handle cracked on one side, which is the crack that you see, and then it continued to do it all the time. So I got fed up and did a little research and found that that this was the source of the problem, not the handle or the cover, which is called a cover. So this cover was cracking. That's all I saw. So I went ahead and got the parts and decided to go ahead and put it into myself. So I went ahead and I bought the handle and then the cover. Okay. And what I found to do this, I thought it was a simple process. You remove this little handle with the two screws in the back, and that was it. Well, I ended up finding myself having to dig deeper, so I decided, okay, so maybe I have to move the whole panel. So I went ahead and I popped off the handle and shoved it up there, pulled the other one out and shoved it up there. Now I'm getting ready to put it back together. I was just showing a little quick video of how to fix this handle problem and replace it. So you don't really have to take the whole panel off. You just basically have to take the screws off the bottom, pop the handle out from the bottom, give it enough room to where you can pull it out and shove that in there and slide it up underneath. Removing the cover wasn't that hard of a process, just a matter of little jerking here and there. It has these little clip plates right here on the edges that you put a screwdriver there and just kind of lightly jerk on it until it finally comes off. My problem is I did the crazy glue issue on this part. This part is actually supposed to be attached like this to the handle, where those two little joints are right there. Okay, so I had to do a little more jerking, but so, to avoid all that in the future, don't crazy glue this on if you plan on replacing it, so that it could come off easier. I've already done put everything over to the new parts. The new parts in there, all I have to do is just put those two screws in place right down there, pop the panel back in place, and line everything up. Now another thing may come in question of it is these little edges, these little parts right here. Do they connect? Well, it looks to me like this was a factory thing. Looks like they all got melted in place and lined up, so all they have to do is just go ahead and got truck to where they can line everything up and melt it in place where they can put it together in the factory faster. Because I don't think this right here makes a difference when you're pulling on that handle itself. Technically this is the handle where you're pulling all the pressure on your panel, not everything else. So these are the little edges that I was in question of, but the only thing I could see that is they're just to line up parts, just to make sure everything slides in place correctly when it's being built. I pulled all that out and popped out pretty easy, shoved in the new one, getting ready to pop everything back in place. That's it. Part numbers. This is for the handle, and that is the part number 1 Kilo 4 868 049 Charlie H67. The H67 is what makes it beige. So this is the beige color you're going to get for your 2010 Volkswagen Jetta. And then for the handle, well, the other one was the cover. The one for the handle is 1 Kilo 1 867 179 Charlie H67. So that's the parts for this, changing out this area right here, the panel, which is your handle or bezel. Some people call it bezel, whatever. And that's it.